Hi everyone, Michael from Bullion Now, bullionnow.com.au. This video is just to expand on one of our frequently asked questions, and that's the market loss policy and how it relates to you and impacts you as a customer. So as a lot of you would be aware, bullion dealers make very slim margins on their sales. So for example, an ounce of gold at the moment is about $2,800 Australian. We would make, as a dealer, we would make somewhere around about $40 profit on that sale. So you can see there's very skinny margins, and any spot price movement on that can rapidly eat in or obliterate that profit. So as a bullion dealer, we don't rely on spot price movements to ensure our profits because that is a very quick way to go broke. What we do is we hedge away, or we aim to replace that sale as quickly as possible. So let's work through an example. You've purchased from us 4 ounces of gold, for example, at the current spot price plus the premium over above that, and we've made $40 an ounce on that purchase. We look to, as immediately as we can, now ideally someone offers to sell us gold at the same price as we've just sold it to you for, but in the real world what happens is several times during the day one of us is placing an order with one of the refineries or the mints around the world to lock in that spot price as close to, or preferably at, the spot price that we based your sale on. And that way, no matter what happens to spot, we're covered and we don't go out of business. We don't make massive losses if we're either long or short at that point. Now that all works really well right up until the point where a customer changes their mind. So we have cases where people place an order, we replace that order immediately, and then they contact us in some way and say, look, something's happened and we need to cancel the order. Now, while we certainly don't encourage that, we certainly don't like that as a rule, we understand that every so often these things happen. I know that we had a customer with a death in the family and it caused all sorts of chaos. So they needed to, at that point, get out of that purchase, to reverse that purchase, and we did it. But the market loss policy, what it does is it covers us as a company for when people actually do need to cancel that purchase. So what happens is that you phone us and say, look, I've just placed an order for 4 ounces of gold over your fantastic website, but something's come up and I need to cancel that purchase. That's when our market loss policy kicks in. Now, what we do at that point is we look at what we've hedged your purchase at, so what we've replaced those 4 ounces of gold at, and the current spot price. If spot has moved down, it's going to cause us a bit of heartburn, because obviously we've replaced your order at a much higher spot price and you're now removing that sale. So it means that we've purchased, in this example, those 4 ounces at a higher price than what we're about to sell it back into the market for. So our market loss policy states that difference between the spot price that we locked in at, or that you purchased at, and the current spot price is charged back to you to cover that loss. I know that some people can say, well, that's a bit harsh, but at the end of the day, it wasn't our choice to place the order with us. You chose to do that. And it wasn't also our decision to cancel that order. And so that loss, if we allow that loss to keep building, we would very rapidly go out of business and we wouldn't be able to provide our incredible customer service to other people. So that's why we have the market loss policy in place. That's the way it works. So we'd be asking you to make up that difference in the spot price movement over that time. It's in place for several reasons, and I'll expand just a little bit now. It stops people using us as a hedge. We've certainly had people try and do that where they've gone, I think prices might move over the weekend. So they've tried to lock in a price at one price, and then if it goes up on Monday, then they're quite happy to pay the Friday price. But if it goes down, then they just attempt to cancel the order. So we've had people attempt to do that. We've also had people just change their mind just for the whim of it. And while it doesn't sound a great deal to you, it actually can make a great deal of difference to the company. So we do enforce that market loss policy, and we also, and I need to make you aware of this. It's not that you go on the blacklist, but I have to admit that customers that have been known to do this cancellation, particularly if it's for a bit of a reason, and we all know we come up with reasons every so often, we certainly do place you on on a cautionary list where we won't guarantee a purchase. If you normally we guarantee that purchase price for 48 hours to give you a chance to get that money into the bank. We no longer honour that. We start turning around and saying, well, look, we'll honour that price from the point where your money hits our bank account. And that makes purchases from both sides of the fence, your side and our side, it makes it awkward. So we try desperately not to do that, but there are situations where we will have to enforce that, where purchases are only locked once we receive funds. So anyway, I know that's a bit more of a downer than we normally like to do on these videos, but I just needed to make everyone fully aware of our market loss policy. Any questions that you've got, please don't hesitate to contact us, talk to myself or Joe. 1300 84 84 10 if you live within Australia. Email sales@bullionnow.com.au. And we also have our live chat feature, which seems to be functioning really well on our website. So that's at bullionnow.com.au. And that functions 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, business hours, Australian Eastern Standard Time at this stage. That's it for now. Thanks, and we'll talk again soon.